let me just get rid of this. Woo! My little messenger icon. So, how we diddly deeing? Welcome back to another live. Today, this is the Stompin aftermath. So this is the aftermath of what went down at the weekend, which was my last booking of the year, and by the looks of things, it could possibly be my last booking for a while now. As some of you know, some of you may or may not know, I have got things in the pipeline for next year. I have been booked for places, but obviously, if you sit there and watch BBC News and you read news articles online, you'll know that there is talks of a lockdown and talks of a few different things going on in the world about going back downhill into a lockdown. So I won't go too much into about lockdowns and things today. But this, let's just say there's no lockdown. This is my last booking of this year, and I actually really enjoyed the booking. It was a really good booking. I enjoyed playing, and I really enjoyed the set that I'd played. The set, I'd been planning it for weeks, and I'd been putting it together, and it was just an absolute bell of a set. I just loved the style of it. It was real sort of hard dance and happy. There was bounce elements in it, and it just had these really good, nice drops in them, and it was a really nice set. It just flowed all the way through, and almost like took you on a journey from this like classic hard dance, hard house into this like harder bounce, and it just, like I say, it had a really really good, it just had a really good feel to it, and it was just I really enjoyed putting it together before the club, before the booking actually took place. It was really enjoyable, and I just enjoyed every moment of it. So I went on first. I was on at 8 p.m. That was when they opened up the downstairs room, but I actually ended up going on just about 15 minutes early because they'd got the room sort of ready and it was all set to go. And to be honest, there's no one else really doing anything down there, so I might as well have just gone behind and started off a little bit earlier and stuff like that. So yeah, I went about 15, maybe to half an hour earlier at the most, but I think it was about 15, 20 minutes earlier to be exact, and it was quite good. It was quite good. I got that opportunity just to jump on earlier and get going really, because it is a little bit of an annoying time when you just sort of when you're sort of there at your gig and you're so close to going on, you're half an hour away, but when you're so excited and you're so itching and you're so keen to get on, because I just love being behind decks, so I'm thinking like, oh, roll on 8 o'clock and I can go on and smash out these tunes I've been so looking forward to playing. So it made a really good thing of it just going on that little bit earlier, and killed that waiting time, and I got a bit longer on the decks as well, which was a really nice thing. So I didn't, I got a chance to play a couple more tunes that actually I'm glad I got to play them, because they wouldn't have made the set otherwise if I hadn't have played them, and it was really good. It was really good. The only letdown is my set. My set was recorded, but sadly the USB stick that was recording them has somewhat gone missing, and I'm a little bit gutted about it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually really gutted about it. But what I was actually thinking of doing as a possibility is I might actually record the set at home and put it up as like a Christmas mix, and that way, this is what I played at Stompin, blah blah blah. We'll do it as a little bit of a Christmas mix kind of thing. But the only thing I would do is I'd just add one song at the beginning, and I'd literally like just keep the rest of the set from there on. I'd keep it the same. I'd keep the set the same apart from this one starting track at the beginning, and then we'd go into the actual set itself. But like I say, it was an absolute belter of a set. I really enjoyed it. It was really enjoyable, and I'm just so glad, like I say, that I actually got the opportunity to play the set. And I just want to give a massive thank you to Dave Fallows for again putting me on another Stompin. Um, I obviously played the previous Stomping before. They put me on this one, and I am also down to play the next one. But obviously, like I say, not going into too much detail. But with the Boris situation, we just don't know. But if things do go well and things do pick up and that still goes ahead, then I'll be down to play it. I'm not sure what set I'm gonna play yet. I could replay the set that I played at the last one. Because obviously COVID and things has sort of like ruined things a little bit. So the turnout wasn't the best that it's been. So it would maybe be nice to go through it again. But I am a person that likes to go different. I feel like I've done that set now. I mean, I'd record it at home, but I feel like I've done that set, so it'd be nice to like find some new tunes. And because I enjoyed planning this one so much, I'm quite looking forward to planning another one. Putting another one together, kind of thing. As that was like, in some sense, that was a lot of the enjoyment, was like hearing these tunes and thinking I can't wait to drop that in the club. Like I'm adding this one to the set. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like a really good feeling. Really, really good feeling. So I was actually really buzzed with that one. But yeah, so all in all, my set did go really well. People were saying that my mixing was on point. People were saying they remember when I first started going on a pair of decks and my mixing was all over the place, and now my mixing was tight and on. Hello. I do apologise about that, people. It's actually been a really, it's been a stressful day. It actually has been a stressful day. Um, it's just my phone has gone off. Like loads of people have rang me today. Um, Loads of people have rang me. I had my nan ring me, which I missed the call because I was on the call to my friend Lee. My mum's friend Mix rang us. I've rang my nan back. My nan's just rang back again, and it just feels like my phone. Every time I just about to do something or I'm in the middle of doing something, like someone rings me or something goes off. Um, Honestly, it's been one of them days. Um, so yeah, so what I was saying is it was really nice that people were saying that they enjoyed my set. And then other than that, apart from my set, I actually did a fair amount of like walking about. Like sort of going between the two rooms and sort of like talking to people, and stuff like that. As an actual opposed to sort of standing there and listening to someone's set. So like, I heard like people's sets, but I wasn't sort of like really focusing on them too much. Do you know what I mean? Like, they was there in the background. I was enjoying the vibe, but I couldn't really tell you like tracks what people played. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I had a setback again, like I'd remember it, but it was just one of I didn't stand there sort of like from the start of someone's set to the end of someone's set, and that was the weird thing. Also, I got drunk. I always get drunk at a stomping. Stomping is like a get drunk sort of night for me as well because it's local. It's not far, and because I stop at my friend Gemma and Kenny's. I always go there after stomping. I just go back in a taxi with them. Crash at theirs, it's easier than me trying to get my own way home at like that time in the morning. I could go back with Lee, but he doesn't always stay till the end, and it just sort of, for me, I like to stay till the end. But like I say, because it's local, I'm not having to think about travelling back or a long drive ahead if you're playing somewhere like down south or up north. So it's just, it's that time where I do my set and then I can just chill out and I can have a good, almost like a piss up. So it's good for me. So I got drunk as well and stuff like that. So it was just a really fun night. And what I do want to go on to say is the headliners of the night. The headliners of the night were actually just really, really sound. They were honestly like you wouldn't even think there was headliners. And I don't mean this in like a nasty way, but for example, like you'd book, say you book somebody like Scott Brown, or say you book someone, I don't know, maybe like Hicksy or Darren Styles, for example. They'd turn up for the set, they'd turn up just before the set, and they'd do the set and then they'd leave. You'd see them doing the set, they'd go. But with the headliners that came to this night, they were just so nice, and they actually chilled with me, Lee, my friend Kenny, my friend Gemma, actually chilled with us. Like all the time they was there, and it was just so nice. So you've got like Vibes, who is a legend in the scene. He's been going for years. Vibes and Lively. He's old school back in the day. He comes up to Stompin. They're all walking up, gives me a massive hug. And then you've got Easy Vibe, who's like shaking my hand and it's so good to meet you. And then he's going to the bar and he's buying us rounds in. The headliners are buying us around in. They're getting beers, they're getting Jaegers in, and we're just all having a laugh and a piss up. And then you've got MC Sid P, who was like an MC headliner coming with Easy Vibe, and he's like to me like, oh no, but why aren't you MCing no more? And I can't believe you're not MCing no more. And I promised him I'll get back into it a little bit more. And but the vibe and just how vibes. But no, the vibe and how nice they were and how down to earth they were, and the fact that they weren't just big-headed people that came and did their set and then left, and it was the fact that they just came and chilled and spoke to us, and it was almost like you become friends with us. Do you know what I mean? And it was just a really nice feeling that you don't always get going somewhere. A lot of DJs don't always take the time out to sort of like stay and chill. Like I know some like bigger DJs sometimes get booked at more than one place, so they may be in Hull and then they go off and play somewhere else, which on that note, that's understandable. But if you've got nothing else on, support the night and hang around a bit at least. And this is what I liked about Easy Vibe and Vibes and Sid P. It's what they did. They came around and they chilled, and like I say, it was just so nice to meet them, because I've seen them online, and obviously Vibes is old school, but I've seen Easy Vibe doing things with 24/7 and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, do you know what? Really, really good. So it was just so nice. We all had a laugh. We all had a chill. We all enjoyed the vibe, and then they went and smashed their sets, which was all good. Few technical difficulties with the sound and things during the night, but that's not really anything that's to do with me, or it wasn't the event's fault. It was actually on the club's behalf, and just couldn't get the sound right through the speakers and the amps and stuff. It was just one of them things. It wasn't really anything to like. Not that I make these to penalise an event, but it wasn't. I wasn't. They definitely. I'm not saying it to penalise them. Do you know what I mean? Obviously sometimes things happen, and things do go wrong, and sometimes it's just the way it is. Sometimes that's just the way it is, and it's just sometimes how it goes. But like I say, it was just an amazing feeling that to be there and be part of again such another good night and stuff like that. So that was Stompin really. I mean, there's never going to be really too much to talk about Stompin, because it's in the same club where it always is. They're always banging nights, you know. They're always good nights. There's never anything to really report. There's nothing ever kicks off, which is a good thing. You know, it's a good thing, but you know, it's not like I can tell you like this big fight broke out and you know all these police vans turned up. You know, but obviously that's a good thing on our behalf and the Vents, you know, behalf. We don't want anything kicking off. But you know, stomping is stomping, and stomping, you know, is what it is. It's an amazing event. So, and because, like I say, I've been to the club and stuff before. It's not like, you know, say when we first reviewed my aftermath of the launch night for the bounce night. You know, it's the first time I've ever been and met these people. It's the first time I've ever played in that club. It was like a whole new experience for me. So there was like a little bit more to talk about, if you like. But on, you know, like on a good note, stomping is just always a banging night, and you know they know that they've got my support. You know, I am like part of the stomping family, really. You know, if I play or I don't play, and providing I'm not busy, I will always go and support that night, playing or not playing. And it's just a good night to be a part of. It's local. It brings something good and local for the team. You know what I mean? So it's just belting in general, you know, as you know. But like I say, that was stomping. So obviously, next up for me, providing we don't go into no lockdowns, is the stomping third birth. Actually, no, it's not. I actually tell a great big porky. It's actually DNA in Leicester, DNA hard, and I'm actually I'm actually MCing. I'm hosting down in the main room, so that's going to be quite fun. And then after that, it is actually the stomping third birthday, providing, you know, like I say, things go ahead. Providing things do go ahead. So keep your eyes out for them. Obviously, I'll keep you updated. If things do go for the worst, and you know we do go into this lockdown, which I think, you know, I don't like to come on the streams and be negative, but I do definitely think you know, lockdown is going to come into place, sadly. But let's just hope that, you know, it's one of these sort of like, I'd like to say one of these like quick ones, like one where we're maybe just in it for like 4 weeks or something, and then it starts easing again, as opposed to like one where we're in it for like 2-3 months, and you know, you can't do this and you can't do that for ages. But you know, you know, if we do also go into a lockdown, some of the things I'm booked for, you know, will more than likely just be postponed, and they'll come back with a new date. Obviously, when we went into the first original lockdown and I had MC bookings planned, you know, things that did get postponed, they did sadly never come back, as the lockdown just went on and on and on, like for sort of almost, you know, we didn't go in nightclubs for like well over a year. So that was understandable. But I'm sure this time things would more than likely get postponed, and they'd come back, you know, bigger and better once we come out of the lockdowns, if you like. So that's quite a good thing. That's a belting thing. So I'm actually buzzed about that. You know, that these things will still more than likely happen. But all we've got to do is kind of keep. I mean, I don't like keeping my eyes peeled as such. You know, I hate the news. I find the news boring. I don't read into news articles that, unless it's to do with like something more interesting, like, you know, like DJing or something. I'll read an article then. But you know, in some sense, as daft as it sounds, like I'm not really, you know, I'm not really asked at what goes on in the world. Like it's just because it's always so negative, you know, that I just think, like, you know, putting the news on, it just makes you feel so depressed, almost like, you know, you may be having a good day, and then you put the news on, and then it's like, you know, this and that, and then lockdowns, and then restrictions, and having to do this and having to do that, and then you think, you know what, you've just ruined my day, Boris, mate, you know. So it's a bit gutting, really, but I just tend not to watch them unless, like, you know, if they say like, right, there's going to be a big announcement, blah blah blah, you know, and there's something that, you know, could sort of like intense lockdowns and stuff, then I will just tune it, you know, to check it out, just so I do to some extent know what's happening. But any normal day of the week, you know, the news can just go on almost, you know, without being rude, but you know, the news can go and fuck itself, you know. But anyway, without further ado, that was Stompin. A belting night. So big up to Dave Fallows and all the crew behind Stompin. Got me involved for another belting night. A pure good music and a good, really good laugh. Talking to everybody and just having a laugh and just being there and enjoying the vibe. Until the next one, that is going to do it, guys. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you do find this stream interesting. And we'll see you guys next time.